Hey everyone, time for another life update. This week's probably going to be a little shorter than last week's was. It's been kind of quiet around here. I am going to start it off because I had something really funny happen the other night. I was out at the local bar with my mom and my stepdad Louie, who came into town this weekend, and I had a gentleman approach me who probably was in his 50s, maybe older, and started hitting on me, and his opening line was, "You look like you have a lot of layers of lipstick on." I was wearing this color, and at first I was a little confused by what he was talking about, and then it occurred to me that I'm pretty sure that guy thought different colors of lipstick were based on how many like there's only one color of lipstick, and it was just how many layers of it that you put on changed the color. So it made me laugh, so I just had to tell you guys. It was a very strange interaction overall. He's hitting on me in front of my mom, so it was already kind of weird, and then luckily he wandered off again and realized his attempts were in vain. But it made me giggle at the time. On that same note, Mom and Louie came into town this weekend and celebrated Labor Day with me, and we had a pretty good time. We went out and shopped a little bit. So we went out and went to a different thrift store, and I think I have officially found everything I need. I found a jacket, finally, and I found some boots, finally, and I found a couple skirts and shorts that will actually work for what I needed them to work for, so so glad. Finally had a successful trip out there. And we also went and hunted prairie dogs, because there are a lot of them in this area, and the cemetery here in town, they like to run around sunset. So yesterday we went and hunted prairie dogs at sunset, and it was very fun, and we saw like 20 or 30 of them just running around having a good time. That was pretty cool. That was really exciting. And Mom absolutely lost her mind. She was having a ball. So Wasteland update, because I gotta keep updating you guys on that. Exciting. Mom brought me a sunshade so we can get out of the sun, and I set it up in the backyard. So we set up the sunshade that we're gonna be using as part of the tent. I haven't done anything to it yet, but yeah, this is gonna be our hideout whenever we're too hot to hang out in the tent. So I'm really excited because it looks like we're gonna be able to do a bunch of really cool things with that, and I have this whole idea. We're gonna build kind of like a harem circus tent kind of feel around our tent with the sunshade and some large posts, and I'm really excited about it. And also, I have been working tirelessly on costuming stuff, and I've realized that I'm actually pretty bad about making sure that my camera's on whenever I'm working on stuff, because I get in a mood and I just start going. So I haven't been videoing much of what I've been doing. But I decided it would be easier to show you guys all that I've gotten done with what I had, so here you go! So the first piece I'm going to talk about is this piece of BMX armor that I found that I was really excited about, and I've actually decided what I was going to do was run rivets all over it. So along the sides I went ahead and added rivets to give it a little bit more dimension, and the big adjustment I had to make on this guy was these clear arm guards actually hung to the front, and they were uncomfortable, and they didn't fit right on me. So I went ahead and took a small piece of tire and adjusted them so they hang in the center of my arms rather than in the front. I also added some more rivets to the back. Very excited about it. So this one's probably pretty close to done. I may be adding a few more pieces here and there. I haven't quite decided yet, but I was really proud of all the riveting I did. So on the football pads, I haven't quite got to do much additions to it yet. I still haven't figured out quite what I'm doing with it. The big thing that's happened with this guy is I went ahead and took the laces out of the center because it sat a little too close in made it uncomfortable. I also took all the padding out from the inside so that it fits more of a lady body than a man body. And I went ahead and I took the whole thing and sanded it down and spray painted it a flat black so it's a little easier to work with and I can get it closer to what I'm seeing in my brain. This is probably the next piece I'm going to be working on in the coming week. But a little bit of progress on it. It's looking pretty good. I actually kind of like the way it is. So this one is kind of a more simple piece that I was working on. It was actually just one of those brain ideas that just popped in, and I decided that I wanted to make a bikini top out of those pieces of tire. So what I did is I went ahead and cut the tire pieces in the shape I wanted them. I actually have a sports bra underneath it so you guys aren't getting side nipple or anything crazy. And then I took a secondary piece, connected it to the center, riveted it into place, ran eyelets along the sides and the top to connect it on. That's about all I had to do with it. Hardest part was getting those rivets through. And I'm really excited with how it turned out. At the event, it will be slightly more fitted right now. I just loosely tied it on so I can show you guys what I've done. But, tire bikini! So this is one of two of the more simple tops that I worked on. I actually just took the two dresses that I had bought a couple weeks ago and cut them at an angle that I kind of liked, went through with a serrated knife, tore the absolute crap out of these, and gave it kind of more of a easy, simple to wear top feel. My thinking was these are probably going to be for when it gets a little cooler in the evening, or just whenever I'm feeling lazy. So, pretty proud. This is the other top that I was talking about. This one is much more torn up. I went ahead and made it really loose and kind of flowy. So it's got a much less structured feel than the other one does, but it still has kind of the cool, relaxed look to it. This top I'm really excited to show off because I've actually owned this jacket thing for probably 5 years now, and I've never had a use for it. I've never been able to wear it because the problem is it was never fitted correctly. Well, this weekend, my mom so pleasantly helped me fit the arms so that it's a little easier to wear. So it's going to get some wear and tear, a little bit more damage. My plan is I'm actually going to lace the sides so that it stays down and has the look for the body that I want it to. But it's a super cool material. I believe the gentleman who gifted it to me said it was from like something to do with welding or metalworking, and it was a top that actually snapped into kind of a smock of some sort. But I'm turning it into a super awesome jacket. So right now this one isn't much to look at. This is the super cool jacket that I found on our thrifting trip this week. It actually is just a standard kind of military jacket. It's a little loose and goosey right now. I have already done a minor amount of tearing on it so that it gets a little bit more of a grungy feel to it. And it's going to have much more done to it, but here it is in the starting position. So when I first started thinking about costumes for this event, I kind of fell in love with the idea of doing a fur vest of some sort, or maybe two. This is the one that I decided to take. This actually was that hoodie, the nice big furry one with the pocket in the front, and I've turned it into a super simple vest with a hood, because who doesn't love a hood? And it, obviously, I'm gonna kind of melt part of it, and some like blood stains and grossness, maybe add some like fur pelts hanging off the shoulder. But I cut it, I got it to fit correctly, pulled some seams out, and made it into a super cool vest. Because no Mad Max event would be complete without a leather vest or jacket of some sort. This is the leather vest that I've been working on. It actually is pleather, a liar, don't tell anybody. And it already had these super cool studs along the tops of the arms, and I've already gone in and attacked this thing with a knife several times. It's gonna get grunged up and made almost green from the amount of gross dirt on it, but it's in the phase where it's right now. It's taking a bunch of damage. I've been leaving it outside, letting the dogs chew on it, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. This is a skirt that I built. The outside of it I actually had already built several years ago for a different costume, and since I had gained a slightly larger hip, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and rework this into this costume. And what I did is I actually took a piece of that, like a longer piece of that tire, and riveted it into the skirt itself. So now it's a nice loose skirt with a cool centerpiece that hangs, giving it kind of a cool road warrior look. This skirt was actually the first thing that I designed for this event because I knew I wanted to do an open leg style skirt. And what I actually did is I took the bottoms of those two skirts that I turned into tops and turned them into a multi-layer skirt look. I knew I wanted to have the open legs, so lots of legs on the side, and I just attached them into a super simple belt. These actually aren't sewn in yet. I wanted to go ahead and wait until I had decided whether or not I wanted to add some more layers, or if I wanted to do some sort of cool large piece across it. My plan had actually been to kind of layer in some extra belts or hang some stuff off of this belt to give it something kind of dynamic added to the design of it. But for right now, super cool, kind of flowy skirt. So this is probably one of the more simple pieces that I've done. I actually just got started on this one yesterday. This is the pair of shorts that I found when we were out hunting, but I went ahead and paired it with some old seatbelt pieces that I took and riveted together so that they sit as an actual working belt that actually clicks and opens up. And these are going to get a lot more wear and tear. I'm probably going to do some mild fitting around the legs because they're very loose at the bottom, or I may just cut them up slightly higher so they've got a more polished look to them. But I went ahead, ripped out all of the seaming along the bottom and destroyed it to make sure that it has the right amount of fringe and wear and tear for a pair of shorts in the apocalypse. These are my boots that I found. They're very simple. I hoped to find something that with a combat lacing. No such luck, unfortunately, but these do have some very cool straps along the sides and this cool detail piece that I'm probably going to do either rivets or studs or something, but very nice, kind of knee-high boots. It only cost me like $5. What? $5 boots? Yes! And that's everything that I've gotten done so far. I've got a couple other pieces that I have been working on that I can't quite show you guys yet. I'm super excited because tomorrow I ordered a bunch of stuff online that should be coming in that will help kind of complete those costumes. Like there was things that I couldn't find or things that I didn't want to find secondhand, and I'm going to make those part of the costumes as well. Like all of my body stockings are coming in tomorrow. Yeah, very excited about it. That was a silly little dance. In other news, I have more visitors coming this weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Blue, I'm looking at you girl, is going to be able to come out this weekend, and maybe Alex again, we'll see, I don't know, hopefully, talking to you. But Alex did send a sewing machine with my mom, so thanks Alex, and I sewed a straight line, very proud of myself, so it was a big deal. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal to most people, but it is to me. I sewed a straight line and I did it with a sewing machine and we fixed it, and I know how to fix a sewing machine now, which is really important. And along with the sewing machine, my mom also brought me a whole bunch of art to hang on my walls because my walls were very bare and I like having art around the house. So she managed to get all these super cool like French promotional ads from various time eras. So now I have a bunch of cool French art hanging all over my walls, and that's what it all looks like. So you guys are getting a super secret view of my bedroom right now, but this is a picture that we hung in here. It's a beach ad. Ooh, isn't it cool? This one we actually found at the thrift store. This was one that I really liked. And it cost like 25 cents. So yay, thrift store. I liked how these two looked together in the living room. They got the nice contrasting colors, which are always fun. This is the one in the office, which makes me giggle because it's one's vagina, and I think vagina every time I see it because I'm 5 years old. These are my two pieces of art in the kitchen. I like that they had a nice red border on either of them. This actually was where my two painted records were hanging, and I decided that these probably fit much better on this nice wall. So they've got a nice kind of kitchen-y feel to them because they're both about food. So that's all my art, and I'm really excited about it. I got a couple more pieces that I want to find. My mom also got me a bunch of really cool old photos of my family. Like, she found some pictures of my great-grandparents that I'm going to be able to hang up, and I've got this plan that I'm going to do a whole wall of like family photos and like friends who have become family and anything fun that I can find that deals with people that I like having in my life, and I'm going to make a whole big wall of everybody's photos. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to talk about this week. It's a little short one. I'm debating later this week, depends on what you guys think. I may do a video of my half face of makeup, which everyone really enjoyed, and I've been still getting comments about it. If you guys would be interested in seeing that, please comment below. I would want to know what you guys want to see. I'm also planning on doing a couple costume-heavy videos very soon. You may be getting some sporadic videos in the middle of the week and stuff like that. I'll still try and keep up with my Mondays. No promises. I do know in a few weeks whenever I'm out at the event. You guys are going to have to wait. Chill your hiney. But other than that, I think regular videos coming out on Mondays. Maybe you'll get some super secret midweek videos that you guys can all enjoy. So please comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your family's friends and your friends' family, and see you next week.